Hello, my name is Haley North, and I am the Senior Quality Engineer for Hirose Americas. In this video, I will be walking you through the process to obtain environmental regulatory documents from Hirose's chemical database on our website. The documents available include ROS, REACH, and halogen-free certificates, full material declarations, ICP test data, and safety data sheets. This information is only available to Hirose employees and authorized partners. So please first check to make sure you have access under your Hirose website login. To log into the Hirose website, please select Login at the top right-hand corner of the web page. If you do not yet have a Hirose login, please select Sign Up instead. When signing up for Hirose login, please keep in mind that passwords must be alphanumeric only. The system does not currently accept special characters. With your Hirose login registered, you will have to enter your email and password every time to log in and gain access to the restricted sections of the website. Once you have logged in, additional tabs will appear in the ribbon along the top of the website page. The tab relevant to this training is Chemical Substance Data tab. If this tab does not appear on your ribbon when logged in, then please request access by emailing our technical support team at us.tech.support.3y@hirose-gl.com. They will request the appropriate permissions for your website access. Next, we will select the Chemical Substance Data tab to access the database. The top section of this page provides information on the database, including applicable certificate versions and relevant updates. Notification will be given here if the database will be under scheduled maintenance. If you scroll down on this page, you will find an application button, and below that will be a list of all the applications you have previously submitted. In order to submit a request to the database, you will have to select the application button to start a new application. When filling out the application form, you will first input your company name into the Name of Company to be Submitted section. I will therefore put Hirose USA. Then we put the end customer information. I am putting in customer A-example for this training video. Please make sure that you always fill this section with easily referenceable customer names and reference information because you will have to select this application from your completed applications list after the request has been filled by the database. Next, we will put in the part number information for the parts being requested. A maximum of 100 part numbers can be requested on the same application form. If you have more part numbers than that, you will have to split up the list into multiple application forms. The part numbers can be input in 3 different formats. The part number exactly as shown in the website or price book, the product CL number in extended CL format with a CL and 0 preceding it, or the product CL number without any dashes or letters. Please note that any deviation from these formats may result in the database failing to identify the part number you are looking for. For this training, I will put in these example parts. If you are unfamiliar with these parts, please note for later that I failed to provide a suffix for the IT3 part, and so that part number is currently incomplete. Now we are going to select the checkboxes for what kind of information we would like about these part numbers. I am selecting ROS certificate and certificate of halogen free. I am also selecting product chemical substance table, which will output the full material declaration, and analysis data ICP, which will output any available third-party test reports that validate the ROS certificate. I am selecting SDS, which will provide the safety data sheets, and report of SVHC, which will provide the REACH certificate or report of REACH substances of very high concern. We will be skipping Chem Sherpa, as that requires specific software to view and is not typically relevant to USA customers. Now we click Next, which will take us to a page explaining what the database understands of our request. You will see that the FH19 part, which I input correctly, shows yes across the board. indicating that the database can provide all of the requested items. However, the IT3 part was not understood by the database, and it is indicated in red. To submit the request, the red part number will either need to be removed from the request or corrected into a format that the database understands. Often, end customers may provide you with an incomplete part number, or there may be typos in the part number. You will have to request clarification or research what part number they need. Now I'm going to select back to correct the red part number. This IT3 part requires a suffix 04 to be complete. So I'm going to add that in and then try again. Now we see that the database understood the part number, and it is no longer red. Unlike the FH19 part, the IT3 does not show yes in all of the columns because it is not compliant with halogen-free. It is still okay to go forward with the request, but this part will be indicated as non-compliant with halogen-free. So now we click Apply and Yes to confirm our application. The application has now been submitted to the database for processing. It usually takes about half an hour for the documents to be ready, but depending on database traffic, the time needed may fluctuate. You'll receive a notification email when the documents are ready, and they can be retrieved from the main page of the chemical substance database. You can return to this main page by clicking Back to Application List page. Or you can return to the main page by selecting the Chemical Substance Data tab at the top ribbon of the website. When your documents are ready, you can find them in the list of applications you have submitted, located beneath the application button. Here, I have pre-submitted an identical application so that I can demonstrate. The application we submitted is not ready yet, but I can download this one I made earlier here. Inside your downloaded file, you will find all of the items output from the database for the parts you requested. For ROS, REACH, and halogen-free certificates, we request that you convert them into PDF form before sending them to customers. This reduces the chance of tampering. I will use the halogen-free certificate as an example for this video. When the Excel file opens, you will select Enable Editing. If you recall from earlier, the IT3 part we requested was not halogen-free. This results in a pop-up notification with a red border. This is not relevant to the halogen-free certificate for the FH19 part. So we will select the pop-up box and delete it. Now we can view the entire halogen-free certificate for the FH19 part. Next, we select File, Export, Create PDF to make a PDF file of the certificate. This PDF can now be given to customers. This process is the same for ROS and REACH SVHC documents. If your request includes a request for a full material declaration, that document will be called a chemitable in your downloaded file. This document can be saved and provided to customers as is because it is a 3-tab Excel sheet. The first tab is a cover page with company and signatory information. The second tab shows all of the substances contained in each part, arranged by the whole part. The third tab contains all of the substances contained in the part, separated by homogeneous components of each part. Lastly, you can access the safety data sheets and IPC test reports in the folder labeled ICP SDS. These documents are arranged in files by part number, along with a document index, which indicates which documents correspond to which material in the part. This information is often most useful and understandable when kept together with the document index. So if you do receive a request from a customer for safety data sheets or ROS test data, we recommend sending the whole ICP SDS folder as is. That wraps up the training for Hirose's chemical database. If you have any questions or need help getting access, please contact our technical support team for assistance.